You never fail if you never quit.
Yeah, you never fail if you never quit. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Now, today's guest knows exactly what it takes in every sense of the word. He's a coach, a business owner, and the driving force behind one of Australia's most expected Muay Thai gyms, Victorious Gym. From building champions inside the ring to creating a powerful community outside of it. Matt's journey is all about discipline, resilience, and winning. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, for our listeners who don't know you yet, Matt, can you tell us who you are, who's Matt, and how did Muay Thai become your life's passion?
So I'm Matt, obviously the owner, head coach at Victorious Gym, Woolloongabba. I first started in martial arts when I was 7 years old. I started with Taekwondo, and I did that for a few years, went and watched some Muay Thai when I was a kid, and I always felt a little bit of a calling. I felt like it was what I wanted to do and what I was going to do, yeah, so that's where it started.
Yeah.
And then Muay Thai, I was about 17 when I actually started Muay Thai. Yeah.
Wow. So Taekwondo, like from my understanding, is more like a dance, isn't it? Compared to Muay Thai. What is that difference?
It is different, yeah. And I think Taekwondo is different now a bit than as it was then, but it's in the end it's all punching and kicking, I guess. So it's it's all martial arts. So I think the transition is they're completely different, but the same but different, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what made you decide to start Victorious Gym?
I had work, obviously I'd done Muay Thai for 25 years. I fought as a professional fighter, but I always had a dream of having my own gym. Over the last few years, I had worked for other people as a head coach for their gym, building fight teams and building up their Muay Thai community. And I just felt it was time to do my own thing if I didn't. I would have been doing the same thing forever. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of coaches start working for other people, and perhaps you see a way to amplify or see a different way to really have that different style or different energy.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
That's so fantastic. So if I walk into the gym for the first time, what energy do you want to make me feel?
I want you to feel like it's the coolest place you've ever been to in your life.
Because I bring my kids to your gym and they absolutely love it. Like your kids' class as well as the adults. I see all the adults training there. And I was just so surprised. I walk in and then the members come and high-fiving my kids for the first time, and it just made them feel so welcome as well. And I thought they were coaches, and then I found out that they're actually members. Like, how did you get that to happen? I found it so amazing.
I think that was one of the reasons I wanted my own gym. I think from growing up in gyms, sort of the big part of my life, and I've trained in a lot of gyms here, international, a lot in Thailand, and I always knew the gym that I would like to train in and that I would like to walk into. And I know it can be intimidating being a combat sports gym, fight gym with fight teams and things. So I knew that community feel that I would have always wanted to train. So from the start, we've myself and Karma have tried to build that energy straight away from the start to make it very welcoming.
That's so fantastic. No wonder the gym is so packed full of wonderful fighters. Now, you've trained a lot of fighters that are real fighters. I see them competing as well. Now, what separates the good from the great?
The good from the great, I think, is sacrifice is one big one. So what people sacrifice and are willing to do. And so their lifestyle outside of the gym, besides just working hard and doing the sport, they live a lifestyle that's healthy and they take that time to recover and look after themselves. That's amazing.
And these fighters, they're not they don't do it for a living, right? They have their day jobs.
They have to make a living, yes.
I find it so amazing. How do you get that balance for them? Like, they got their day job and then they got this sport that they absolutely love. And they want to achieve at that highest level. As a coach, how do you navigate that balance for them?
A lot of that they have to work out for themselves, I guess. A lot of it, I can always, lead a horse to water, but you can't get it to drink. So I try always guide with the information that I've learned through my own career to guide people towards what's worked best for me and what hasn't worked for me. So definitely,
it's a very personal approach, isn't it?
It's definitely a personal approach. I definitely set a certain way to let people know if you do the right things, the good things will happen. And I guess that work-life that balance for them to try and balance everything else in their life relationships. So it's like making sure they take the time to schedule the downtime. And as part of their training routine, schedule the recovery, schedule the downtime, make sure they're looking after themselves, or otherwise people do burn out pretty quick, because it is a hard sport with little financial return unless you get right up there. Like I always try to keep that dream in them alive, but doing the right things to get there.
Well, I love that. Like recovery is something that a lot of people do overlook. But we only see the fighting side of the competition wins, but that recovery is so important.
100%.
Yeah. So talking about this mindset and pushing people, pushing your fighters to that peak performance level, like how do you keep them pushing forward even after setbacks? Because you can't win all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be one of the biggest things for fighters.
Yep.
So after they say...
A setback, have a loss, a big loss, some people actually get stopped, so that and early in fight career can feel detrimental, but I always remind them it's only a setback if we stop and we give up, if we don't use it and carry on, because when we look back at it, what makes us in life, I guess, is getting through them setbacks.
So you never fail if you never quit.
Yeah, you never fail if you never quit. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Now, from your perspective as a coach, how important is the recovery side? We'll talk about these fighters, the physio, the rehab, the mobility for the fighters. How important is that component towards their overall performance?
I think it is super, 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 super important. Probably a lot of times overlooked, but obviously you can only function as well as your body will let you function. So if you're run down or you've got carrying injuries and you're working at 70-80%, then you can't. That's the best that you're going to get out of a fighter or yourself. So I think it's as important as the training itself. Like maybe if not more important, because you can only do what your body's able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, can you give me can you give us for our listeners a moment where injury management or an injury has made a real difference to someone's fight prep or their performance in the competition?
Many times. There would be one comes to mind without talking about myself too much is my own elbow. So which probably affected my team as a whole because I couldn't hold pads. I went to a doctor and they said I had looked after me for a bit. I'd had cortisone shots and things. So I was they told me I couldn't hold pads anymore, like highly advised to never do it again, and that I would have to have surgery on my elbow. But through speaking to a physio and then getting physio, where I got come twice a week and got ultrasound therapy, shock therapy, plus a lot of hands-on work, plus the exercises, what to do. Within a couple of months, I was back on the pads, and it made a big impact on what we could do with the whole team together. Yeah.
Wow. So a lot of people don't realize coaches get injuries as well, because imagine holding the pads, you have to take that force from all the fighters.
Yeah, holding pads is harder than hitting pads, I promise you.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Now, for the everyday person listening out there who trains hard but isn't a fighter, what's one thing that you can advise them on? Now, you've seen so many injuries and recoveries, so they can avoid, say, a burnout mentally or an injury.
It's definitely, if they were making a training schedule, if I mean they're an everyday person but they're making their schedule, I would definitely advise in their schedule to make sure they're getting that rest and recovery and make sure they're looking after that body, because in that long term, it will catch up if you don't. So,
And what's the top recovery way that you would know for our listeners as well? Like, would it be just taking a break from having adequate downtime between training?
I think it's a little bit of everything. For me, is physio, because I don't have time to rest all the time. So I think getting physio or massage
it accelerates the process.
I also do use TH7, so good recovery. So you
so that's the ice bath,
saunas, hyperbaric oxygen chambers and things like that. So I think we are busy, and most people have busy schedules. So I think you can't spend half your week resting. So in short times you can get a half-hour physio session to maintain your body to keep yourself going, or you can do a quick recovery, ice baths and things you can obviously do within a couple of minutes.
That is great advice. So you should be getting into those recovery ways. Now let's talk about some of the fun aspects of being a coach. Can you tell us the biggest fight night high you've ever had as a coach?
Oh, everyone. So many. Biggest one would be at the end of last year. We had 2 fighters, so it was the last show for the year. We had a pretty good run for the year, but I really wanted to end the year on a high. But we had 2 fighters, one fighting for a Queensland title and one fighting for an Australian title. And so there was sort of a lot of effort and went into them camps. We really trained because we knew that if we finished on a high, that would momentum and carry into next year. So we won both of them fights that night. And so that was probably the best I've felt in a night. Yeah.
Can you imagine like the whole gym community would be so excited?
Yeah, with the whole buzz around it going into the Christmas break. Yeah.
Fantastic. How about within the gym itself? What would be some of the funniest or the weirdest thing that's happened in the gym? I'm supposing you guys have a lot of fun.
Would have been the weirdest would have been something I've done.
So sometimes you would do that to motivate and encourage the fighters,
we do try to keep it fun and lighthearted. So especially because you're pushing people to their limits all the time. So as much as you've got to push people and then still show love, but you've got to be an idiot just to keep it lighthearted sometimes.
Wow, the sacrifice.
It's got to be fun. We've got to pretend it's fun.
Yeah,
that's a secret.
And Matt, if you're not running Victoria's Gym, what would you be doing instead?
Muay Thai. If I wasn't there, I would. It's my passion, and I'm obsessed with helping people, I guess. So people are my passion, and I love Muay Thai. So I'd definitely be working in a gym, training people, teaching Muay Thai, doing personal training. Yeah, I'll be doing it.
You can really feel the passion and the love you have for the sport. Now, Matt, it's been epic. From your story to the lessons that you've shared, it's clear why Victoria's Gym has built such a loyal following. Yeah. So for anyone who wants to train with you, now where can they find Victoria's Gym?
They can find Victoria's Gym at Woolloongabba, so it's 50 Annerley Road, Woolloongabba. You can also find us on Instagram. It's probably the easiest way, and that is Victoria's Gym Brisbane.
Fantastic. That's where you can find a lot of the most recent highlights from Matt's gym and join up and let the energy goes through you, right? And for those who's listening, whether you're a fighter, an athlete, or just someone who wants to move pain-free, you can always find me and the team at Dynamic Sport Physio. And that's it for today's episode of the Winning Mindset podcast. If you enjoyed this, follow the show and share it with someone chasing after their next win. See you next time.